Yeah, Jr. Because they look, they both are abusive. They just do it in different forms and fashion. He was more of a physical abuser, and she's an emotional abuser. They're both abusive, and that's a yeah, that's a recipe for disaster for them too. I mean, look, I'm surprised they lasted this long to the point of where they are now. Uh, but as far as a Chad, hopefully, man, he got help from that situation when he was with the Dolphins, and took some type of anger management course. Hopefully, there was part of maybe a plea agreement or some type of settlement or deal with his ex-wife. Hopefully, he did and got the help that he need. Because putting hands on women, that's never okay. I don't give a shit what happens or what goes on. You don't do that shit, man. That's not cool. It's not okay. So hopefully, he got some help with that, man.
And you got to also factor in too, and I think Ari may know some about how these people, they do trauma bond. It still exists. People come together for some odd reason. They come together to, I'm not explaining it. It's like they the band-aid for each other, or they mix when they shouldn't be mixing, and they trying to fulfill a need or trying to obtain something or seek something. So you got to be conscious of that as well.
I think in their situation, they were together for the benefits. They both saw how they could benefit from each other. She
Mm.
could grow her business larger. He had better connections. And like he stated, he's never been in a position where he could just be a stay at home dad
Mm.
and have a woman take care of all the bills. If I put her in the right position, she can take care of everything. She doesn't mind doing it. And I can stay at home and do what I want to do.
Mm. I was having a conversation earlier about, because some people look at marriage as a business, but even when you have a mirror up here, and she speaks about she don't know how why Americans marry for love, and so they marry more off arrangement and what makes sense to push the family ahead. And so some people in America, I believe they do marry that way, that they look at it as beneficial for them. It has nothing to do with love. They're thinking about how can we benefit from each other. Well, one person may be thinking, the other person may not be thinking about it. Or maybe they both thinking about it, but they don't want to be loyal to that plan. And so they entertain something else. But it is interesting just to kind of see the reason as to why folks get married is different. And everybody's not on that same agenda of marrying for love. Some people is just married for selfish reasons.
I don't think getting married for like business is a selfish reason at all. I tend to think that marriages that come people that come together to cultivate that are like create business and stuff, they tend to last longer than people who just get in a relationship for love, especially when they get hit with like money issues. Oh, we can't pay this, we can't pay that, and that becomes a real issue in a relationship. But when people are coming together and they're building things together, they're making money together, they tend to fall in love like that. Like, oh shit, we're building together, we're working on this together, we're making money together, we're problem solving together. I think that is when people bond together, and that makes the love come in after. I don't feel like marriage has to be what's it like a fast burn. I think slow burn in a marriage is way better, and it makes it last longer. To me, that's what I feel like.
I feel like if well, this is my thoughts. If you have a marriage, but it's not based on love, then personally, I just think you shouldn't expect fidelity then, because I don't think most people want to be sleeping with somebody that they don't have no love for. And usually in those arranged business relationships, that's the understanding that he's going to have whatever on the side, because she understands that I'm not in love with him. And this is about building legacy and about family name. Like if you look at, like, for example, the Gates, like he has a girlfriend beside Melinda Gates. And apparently she known about it from before they got divorced. So he always had his like girlfriend on the side, which was apparently like Bill Gates' girlfriend from high school. So he has the person that he built with for his business, but then he has a person he has actual emotional feelings for. So again, if someone's trying to marry you for business, then that's cool, but then don't have no infidelity clauses, because the infidelity clause is about love. Like if you really care, well, I'm sticking it, you know what I mean, because you want me to only love you. But if you in it for business, then what you want control over my body for? Well, let's get money. That ain't got nothing to do. You know what I mean? That got nothing to do with you know, getting money. We could get money, and you could do what you do, and I do what I do if that's what we doing. You know, so that's how I see it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I said, once for me, from what I've seen, once you and that person start making this money together, right? Maybe you guys started from the bottom, and that is what's making you guys come closer. I'm not saying like there is going to be some form of love, right? I don't feel like love is an overnight thing. I really don't. I tend to feel like if a person is like, oh, I'm in love with you and we just met, that's not love. That's more of a lust thing. I feel like love comes over time, like especially falling in love with me. You get what I'm saying? Like it's not just an instant simultaneously thing like that. So once, like I said, once you guys are spending time with each other, you guys like your business is your baby. Y'all both are, hey, yeah, we sitting down, we're coming up with business ideas, we're planning stuff. You know what I'm saying? We going over like, oh yeah, I think this and I think that's bonding. And that's typically how men fall in love, right? Y'all don't fall in love with sex through sex or gifts and stuff like that. Y'all fall in love with the woman, right, who typically helps you solve your problems, your issues. That's how men typically fall in love. That's just from my experience. Women are the ones who typically fall in love with the nice gestures. We spending time. Y'all don't fall in love like that. Y'all, oh yeah, I'm getting a bag with my woman. We building this together. She I'm laughing at your video. We're building together. You know what I'm saying? She's helping me. She's helping me create my dreams, my reality. I tend to feel, especially men that are entrepreneurs. I can't speak for men that wants like that's just okay with having a regular 9 to 5, but men that are typically entrepreneurs and go-getters, they typically fall in love with a woman who can help them reach their goals.
Where are
So I think that you touched on some really good points, honestly, because from a psychological perspective, attraction generally comes from history more than anything else. So if you've got relational issues or trauma in your past, oftentimes that familiarity feels like limerence, which is that lust feeling. You're releasing serotonin, dopamine, you're getting all excited because your brain feels familiar with this person. If we take a step back, before we've even started dating, before we've even started talking to somebody, and we say, when I'm in a stable relationship, a stable long-term relationship, these are my goals, and this is what I want to feel like, this is what I want to be doing, right? Then the person that seems like they might fit that version of your life isn't necessarily going to be the person that you instantly have all these like chemical feelings for. And I'm kind of wondering if like the arranged marriage points that people were making, I'm wondering if taking the focus off of that initial attraction, taking the focus off of the lust part and putting it on, even if it's something else like financial or whatever else, if that is building a more stable foundation for love to grow on sometimes, not saying that it is going to, but I feel like maybe that it's not necessarily important that you're focused on the finances, but maybe it's important that you're focused on something else other than your initial feelings. I don't know if I'm making sense, but that was
No,
kind of what I
you
came
are.
to.
Yeah, you are.